What up? It's your Incredible Man. Yes, I'm back at it again, and I just watched Dr. Stone episode 23. Okay, and this is my discussion slash review. It was good. It was very, very good. And I was completely wrong last week. I stated that I felt like we were kind of going to see Tsukasa this week, and we didn't until the end. And we see that he's bringing a squad. He's bringing a hardcore squad to combat Senku and everyone else of the Ishigami village. But like, if I'm not mistaken, that looked like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Like roughly 8 or 9 people just in the little shot, and there's no telling how many were on the outside. So, and then we know we have Taiju and Yuraiza that's also coming along probably, so that way they can talk to Senku and everything. So there's a lot going on now, and after we finally completed the cell phone, that's what we're going to dive into next week for sure. And guaranteed, I know it. I just know it now. But this episode was nice, man. It also made me feel a different way in some type of way when it came to old man Kaseki, or however you want to say his name. We saw it was miniature flashback of him when he was a kid and when he was a teenager and when he was an adult, and we saw him building a lot of stuff. And like when he was a kid, we saw the people of the village kind of just laughing at him and making fun of him. But we saw him building the bridge, and he said that he was making shields and everything, and he made stuff that the people needed so they wouldn't look at him in a different way or make fun of him for making and wanting to build stuff. And he was so jealous of Senku and Chrome's relationship in this episode. And Chrome was like, "You don't have to be jealous, you know. He said, I always wanted a maker buddy to build stuff with me and stuff." And he was like, "Chrome, you don't have to be jealous. You got 2. Me and Senku." And it was nice to have that whole thing take place this episode, man. So, it was just some nice stuff happening. So, let's dive right into the episode, man. Yeah, so we get into this episode that we pick up right after last week's episode, and we got a lot of stuff going on. We're diving straight into the build of the cell phones, and this episode, we have Senku going one direction, we have Chrome going one direction, we have Old Man Kaseki going one direction. Gen is just like Gen is like how it would be if like we were stuck in this anime. Like Gen is a voice for the people. I mean, because he was like questioning everything that like I had questions too, and he was like, "I don't understand this stuff," and I'm like, "I don't understand it either." So it was nice to have Gen be the voice of the people for the anime watchers, so we could understand what's going on, and have Senku break it down to him so it can be broken down to us to understand it. And I found that was one of the really great aspects of this episode as well, because there was a lot of stuff going on even off on the other side of the camera, like what we couldn't see, and there was a lot of stuff taking place on camera that we could see. So it was nice to have Gen there to kind of break everything down and make it easier to translate for us when it came into all the mega science stuff that really broke stuff down. I mean, because you know that science was not my forte, but if I'm being honest, that or math. But now I can count my money. But history was my thing. But it was so nice to have Gen there to break all that down for us. So then we have everyone. We have Sueka, Kohaku, Kenro, the whole village, their father. Everybody is taking part in something to help build the cell phone so we can combat Tsukasa when he comes, because the spring is coming. And it looks like next week's episode is going to dive right into the spring, and right when everything takes place, because I think it's like 26 episodes this season, and that's 3 episodes left if it is 26. So they're gonna kind of try to wrap everything up now and then leave on. I'm pretty sure they're gonna leave on either leave on a cliffhanger or on a nice simple note to get you excited for the next season. So you know we got maybe 3 episodes left, and they're gonna kind of wrap all that up. And I guarantee next week's episode is gonna be the full force attack and everything from Tsukasa, and it's going to be springtime, so we're just diving straight into everything. But this episode was really good for me, man. We dove into everybody being a helping hand and taking part in everything. We even had Magma and the other little guy crushing the tungsten so Senku can crush it and use it to make the powder. and make it like a gel so they can heat it. It was so good to see them working with everything. And even Kohaku's and Ruini's father mentioned that. He was like, well, what happened in the cave? Because Magma is doing stuff on his own, and like nobody asked him, and he's even helping when he didn't really ever help before. And we kind of see a flashback of what happened in the cave. We know what happened, but Senku was like, I don't know. I don't know. He just came back and he's changed. And it's nice to see this Magma. This is the Magma that I like and that I enjoy. And part of him is still holding on to his older self, like where he's talking to everyone else. He's like I don't need all that science stuff and everything. And he's still the muscle bound guy. But it's nice to see him open up. And he even went on an adventure with Chrome and Kenro and Kohaku to get more coal that Senku needed. So it was nice to see him interact with everyone and kind of be involved with everything that's taking place. And I love this version of Magma. This is the Magma that I wish we had gotten from the jump, but I understand for character development and story purposes, he needed to be the bad guy for a little while. And his character development from that time to now is such a good character development. Like it didn't take place overnight. It happened at a nice, steady pace, and Senku promised to show him something fantastic. So that's what you get. What I'm saying? Like, it's such a nice transition from having him be the bad guy to not such a great good guy, but just taking place and taking part in everything that's happening because he wants to combat Tsukasa as well. So it's like kind of like a means to an end. But like while this is all taking place, I know that he's gonna eventually get wrapped up in it and be like, you know what? I don't want to be that guy anymore. So it's nice to see that, and this is the Magma that I love. Yeah, so like I said, everything is taking place and everything's getting built. We have Old Man Kaseki building the vacuum tube and making the particular thing for the tungsten. We have Chrome making like the inverted glass to so the heat can crush on it and everything. It was so good. And Genro Genro was on it this episode. Well, man, I'm telling you, I love every moment of it, man. And we also, sorry about that, guys. Something popped up on my screen. Okay. Then we also have, what else do we have? Oh, we have, come on, man. I thought I closed it out. Okay. Then we also have, Sueka feeling some type of way. And when Senku gave Chrome the high five, we had Old Man Kaseki wanted to give Senku the high five. We had Sueka wanted to give Senku the high five. And it was so nice to see everyone feel so joyous. We even had her dad, Kohaku's dad, tell Senku, like, well, making you the village chief was the right decision. There was so much great moments, man. But we having Kenro coming around helping as well. But him telling Genro, like Genro was always trying to escape work if he can. And him telling, no, Senku's the chief and rules is rules, so you're coming with me. It was so good. I thought I heard something. Anyway, it was so good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. I loved every part of this aspect of this episode and seeing them finally complete the cell phone. But the highlight of this episode to me, it was going to be Old Man Kaseki with the whole make buddies and everything, maker buddies. But I'm going to be 100%. The song Gen was singing when he was making the battery, when he was making the batteries, was the most wonderful part of this episode. To me, man, I really enjoyed it, and it was so nice to see him. He was like, oh, do. He was making the batteries at a fast pace, and he was like, oh, this isn't going to be hard at all. Then Senku comes in, we need 800. What? And the song he was singing was just so fantastic, man. I really, really enjoyed it, and every moment was just so full of fun and energy this episode. And like I constantly say, man, I love Dr. Stone. But yeah, so they finally completed everything, and then it shows at the end like where they combined everything, and we have like a Godzilla tungsten, and then at the end we see Senku's phone or I think it was Senku's cell phone. But that's everything that happened, and then at the end we saw how Tsukasa has his army ready to march on the village, and I'm telling you, he looked like he was super deep. It looked like 9 or 10 people on the screen. There's no telling how many there was off the screen. So I'm super excited for next week, man. This is your boy, Incredible. Don't forget to smash that like button so you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them. And subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. Remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out.